I hope you all are doing great. I'll warn you, my voice is a little shot today. Not far off, not bad, but just a little off kilter. Could have been yelling a lot this weekend. Stupid plays. As much as I love the Packers, they did not play extremely well this weekend. So it is kind of sad to see them lose the NFC North, but they do have an easier opponent than Seattle, so I'm a little excited about that. But odds are, I'm guessing they're one and done in the playoffs. If they do win, I'm not sure they can get past anybody else. So that's enough of me blabbering about the Packers. I hope you guys have had a great time away from me. Probably did a lot more productive things in the morning. Maybe, maybe not. We released a post yesterday. Actually, I saw a lot of great posts released since I was gone. First was how I helped Mike make like $1,640, I think. And that was for a Black Friday, actually the Saturday after Black Friday. How he went over that stuff and how he made it. Thought that was a really fascinating post. And my brother guest blog post about insurance on Saturday. And then I posted about reading Keepa charts yesterday, and that post is a Keepa. That was a really bad pun, but I thought it was really great. So if you didn't have time to check those out, I highly recommend that you take the time to take a look at them. I think you will thoroughly enjoy them. And I will tell you that I did write 2 more blog posts during my time on the train to Green Bay. So I actually have all of my blogs scheduled until the middle of February. As update land goes, I owe everyone a box level detail video that signed up for free. I owe you guys that are in the Replan group a Replan video. So that will be coming for you soon. Hopefully today at lunch is what I'm doing. I've been behind with the travels, and we're going to be moving it. So the Replan video is going to be coming out for that group. To make green in 2016, I am going to be hounding you guys to get your goal worksheets done. You guys have your goal worksheets. I've seen 3 thus far, and I mean, the first one I saw, top notch. I haven't looked at the other 2 yet, but I was able, make sure to send it to me. And I heard last night Mike was calling a few people and actually walking through the goals with you. So if you get a random call from someone like me or Mike or John, don't be surprised. We're doing some random spot checks to call and kind of walk over a few things. So just kind of, yep, he's been on it trying to talk to a few people, and I'll be getting on it too. But just keep that in mind, and if you don't have a partner in that group yet, make sure that you get it, because you really need a partner ASAP. Now, a few other things. We do have about 40 spots left in the last Make Green in 2016 group. We'll probably be closing that group membership up here soon, so that everybody can find a partner. We don't have anybody coming in late to the game. So make sure that if you want to get in on this, get in. And if not, that's completely fine too. No pressure here. I think it's just more of a support community that's really going to help you thrive as we go through things here. So, to the content. Oh, and by the way, last thing, there's a few Gumroad lists. There was clothing and everything. And I saw, if you're part of We're Thinking, and I don't know much about this yet, but I saw an email from John yesterday that he's considering opening up a second list club group. List club? Our just our list club. And it's a possibility that it'll be solely focused on shoes and clothes. So if you have any interest in that, please, I want you all to email John right now, john@fbamaster.com, and tell him that the Bears suck. That's all you need to do. And when he starts getting all of these, because he told everybody to email me about ungating you in shoes and clothes if you're not already, which it's really easy to do that. but we're just going to do a little trade back. So if you guys want to be, if you have any interest in a shoes and clothing list club group, please email John at FBA Master and tell him the Bears suck. Chris told me to email you with interest for the group. That's all you have to do. Okay. So, as for content, today is the 5th of January, I believe. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. It's been a long travel time, so I'm really not 100% sure what day of the date is. I know it's Tuesday. Oh! Sorry, I've got to go on one last tangent before that. It's the 5th, okay, good. I got my second official conference. I'm going to the Rocky Mountain Reseller Conference, hosted by one of our good friends, Travis Ross. It's going to be out in Colorado, and my dad and I are actually going to be speakers there, along with Nate McAllister, Andy Slammons, and I've got to look at who the rest of the list is. I'm not sure. Those are the ones I know of thus far. For my Facebook group, just so you guys are aware, Travis and them are going to have a really good planned out event. There's a very strong possibility I will be hosting some sort of meetup on a Friday night or Saturday night. It'll be one of the craft breweries in town. I love craft beer, or I'm also considering renting out a small brew bus and getting people that want to be on there tickets for that. And of course, I'm not going to charge you guys for it. You guys just get on the bus. But what they have them in Colorado, what it does is it takes you place to place, and it drops you off at the craft breweries, allows you to bring the beer back on, and we'll go from there. But there's a strong possibility I will be doing a meet and greet. The conference is late April. I think it's the last weekend in April. There's going to be a Thursday night hangout session, Friday, Saturday thing, and I think I'm leaving on Sunday. So I think that's the time frame. I know it's a week after the Mumford & Sons concert in Indianapolis, if that tells you anything. But, yeah. We'll be doing that, and if you guys want part of the brew bus, I'll be setting that up. Well, I'll probably charge exactly what it costs to do the brew bus. I'll have a limited number of people, and I think we'll just have a blast. It's the kind of stuff that I like to do. No weed buses. That's a really bad idea. Not because it's not legal or anything there. The problem is, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't get past like a Taco Bell. Note to self. Okay, so back to the content portion. It's the 5th of January. You're going to have, I hope you guys haven't seen a huge influx in returns, but if you have, now's the time to really try to handle these things, okay? So you're going to have a few different kinds of returns. Number one, you're going to have where Amazon reimburses someone for the return and it hasn't been returned yet. These are ones that you need to keep an eye on in your reports. And the best way to do it is if you go to Reports, Fulfillment, you go over to the left-hand side, you're going to see that it says Returns. You're going to want to run a time frame that is 3 months prior to today, okay? So you may want to set a calendar reminder to do this in 3 months as well. You're going to run the report, you're going to export it to a CSV file, which is your Excel file that we're going to be using. Then you're going to right-click. Yeah, it's right-click. Yeah, right-click. I don't use a Mac. I two-finger click on it. So, or I use a Mac. I don't use a PC. So you're going to right-click on that report, and you're going to open it up in Excel. It's going to ask you how you want it to all. It's going to ask tab delimited and all this other crap that you're going to be like, huh? Just hit OK. Okay. So it's going to pull in all of your returns that have happened in your account for a given time period. If you have never done this before, and for you that are my experimentation, I got 3 of you left to do where I'm running some reports for you. I want to say either I think Pam, I've already run her stuff for her. We made her like $400 or $500, which I'm very happy with. But I've got to double check with her to make sure everything went through. I'm doing kind of an account audit for some people as a test, so I can make sure my methods are working. So that's kind of been a little bit of fun. I've been a little busy, so I haven't been able to do it for everyone yet, but we did that. So it's going to turn into a really nice blog post that's going to be audit your account. Here's how to do it. Anyway, You're going to go in there, and I would run it from the time you started your account. You can be rough estimate. It's better to be later or be earlier than it is, because it just won't pull anything in that way. So like I would run it, say I had my account for 2 years, I would run it until 2012. I just go ahead and have it that far out, till today's date, or 3 months from today's date. So subtract 3 from the month. So if it's the 1st, you're looking at the 10th. Okay, then you're gonna run that report. Once you get it open in Excel, you're gonna see a bunch of useless crap that means absolutely nothing to you. You're gonna see order numbers, you're gonna see date of authorization, you're gonna see everything. That's fine. What I want you to do is I want you to highlight the row that says status or reason. You'll see usually reimbursed, back into inventory, damage, stuff like that. So you're going to click on actually that letter up top, and it's going to highlight the entire column for you, okay? And if you're doing this, like if you're listening in the car or whatever, this will be on replay for 24 hours, so not a big deal. And like I said, this account audit blog post will be coming for you. So just not something you gotta like pull over and try to do right now, because it's not gonna happen on your phone anyway. So you're going to highlight that entire column, and then you're gonna click the little button that if you're using a newer version of Microsoft Excel, it's gonna be in the far right corner of your workspace there. You're going to click it, it's going to say filter, okay, sort and filter. You're going to click it, and you're going to go, well, nothing happened. Well, it did, you just didn't realize it did. So once you click it, you're going to go, and you're going to go back to that same column you were just looking at, okay? And you're going to notice a little drop-down menu there. Ah, see, fancy. And what you're going to search for, or you're going to click, is reimbursed. This is going to mean the item was reimbursed, but it was never received back to your inventory. Okay? That means Amazon said, hey, customer, we'll refund you, send it back in. And then they never sent it back in. They have like a 90-day period with it. I could be a little off on those dates, so it may be a 30-day period. I'm not sure. I always like to send them a whole bunch of crap and say, sort it out, than it is to be real exact with it, because I'd rather them be able to sort it out. But you're going to actually, once you click the reimbursed, it's going to take away everything that has been put back into your inventory, and you're going to be left with just the returns that did not get brought back into your inventory. Get it? So, since we know these should have been reversed, or reimbursed to you, oh crap, wrong thing, and you should be owed money, what you do is you go and open a case in Seller Central. You're going to go up to the top, and then you're going to type in, I like to type in test in my search bar, and it's going to pop out the little new search box they've implemented into a lot of people's Seller Central. The bottom of this, in the middle, says contact us. You're going to click on that. You're going to go to FBA issues. You're going to click other FBA issues. Okay? Then you could chat with them if you wanted. You could call them. I wouldn't suggest it. I like to email them, so I have it in a written format. Chat wouldn't be bad, but I like written for me. And you're going to say the following. I have ran a report in my Seller Central account, and I have found that these items were reimbursed to the buyer, but never returned. Please investigate and reimburse if they cannot be found. Thank you. Paste that entire list that's still in Excel that says reimburse into that message. Okay? Once you do that, you just hit submit and you sit back and wait. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna do one of the following. They're gonna tell you, we're working on it, hold on. They're gonna tell you, well, sorry, we're gonna issue a reimbursement for you on these items. Or they'll say, some of these items have been returned, do a little bit more digging before you send it to us. If they give you that option, then what you're going to do is you're going to start the conversation with them. I would highly recommend opening a chat at this point. Have them walk you through, or you can give them a call, and have them walk you through every return that they said has been completed and why it's not showing up on that report. Okay? You're going to want to make sure, because this is your money at the line online here. You do not want to leave it for Amazon just because they're too lazy to reimburse you for something. Okay? So there you go. That's my little tip of the day. If you had a lot of returns, there's a possibility you may make $100, you may make $400. No idea how much you'll make from this. You may make nothing. But honestly, it's about a 10-minute exercise that will get you to get a little bit more familiar with the reports, number one, and can provide you some monetary value in return. So, what I want you guys to do is, if you run these reports today and submit them, once you get your feedback, I want to see a dollar amount posted in the group saying, I just got my returns reimbursed. Thanks, Chris, for the Periscope. Give me the amount. I want to see how much take from Amazon. Now, I want to see how often it's missed over by Amazon. It's kind of a little bit of market research. Because like I did a few of these different reports back in the day, like 2 months ago. And I actually received about $5,000 back from the different ones. And I'll be covering all of those different ones you guys want to run in multiple Periscopes and then that account audit blog post. But you can go to, like, one will be lost inventory, or yeah, inventory reconciliation, I think, or I gotta look at the thing again, I forget that one. And you would run a report for anything that has been lost or anything that has been destroyed. Those are your two qualifiers there. Run it back to the start of your account. So if you've been doing this for over like 6-7 years and you have never done this, you probably have thousands of dollars sitting there. Just gonna be honest. You've been doing it for 6 months to a year, you probably have a few $100s sitting there. If you've been doing this for a few weeks, odds are you may have $5. Something like that. I'm afraid that man's going to get hit. It's not going to be a ton for the new people, but it's something to remember to do. Now, here's what I want you guys to do as well. I want you to make sure that you set calendar reminders in your calendar to do this every quarter. Okay? Vicky, if that's you, I've got to go do yours. Okay? I haven't been in there yet. I can't see who it is. I'll be going in and doing yours later. And I'm doing this as a favor so that when Christmas comes around, you can send me a nice little Christmas present. Just kidding. Good. I figured that was you. He looks familiar on Periscope here. Yeah, I've got to do yours today or tomorrow. I've got to see how much work I have at work to do. As if it's a light load today, then I'll be able to knock out some of this Amazon stuff, and we'll hope for the best. But when I did Pam's, I was able to secure about $400 back, and it was nice. She didn't have a ton of stuff, but give it a try. I've got 2 other people I'm working with on these, so stay tuned. Oh, and an FYI, just for you guys to know, we'll have Periscopes tomorrow. I'll probably have one tonight. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we have the Blab with my brother. About insurance tomorrow night. Friday, you'll have a Periscope on the way to work, probably not the way from or back home. And then I'll be gone until next Wednesday. I'm doing a lot of travel this month. So you guys will miss out on me a little bit. So if I've seemed a little slow to respond to things or anything, the Blab will be tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There is a link for it on the blog. All you have to go do is find the I'll Bet You're Breaking the Rules post and or the one with the Toy Story picture. Both of them have links to the Blab in them. And that Blab usage goes out to Andy Slammons. I'm going to give it a try. The biggest issue we ran into with Google Hangouts is I love it. Freaking awesome program. But my account got revoked from me on it. It's kind of fascinating, actually. I got reported as a video contained improper content. It was one of my OA X-ray videos. And they actually put my account with like a strike on it. It was very strange. Like, you get 3 strikes and you're out. Well, I reached back out to them and I finally got it taken down. Like, I don't have strikes on it anymore. But it was really weird because none of my content's in the bit racy or strange or illegal. They said, oh, it was a miscommunication on our end. You're back, your account's in good standing, great. But that's why we're in Blab this time. If it works out really great, we may stick with it. But if not, we'll go back to Google Hangouts. It's just going to be worth a shot. And we'll go from there. Any questions? Anything? Oh, my nose itches today. I was so tired. I slept for 12 hours last night. Oh my, it was so much sleep. I went to bed at 6:30. No joke. No questions? Well, the reason I'm so tired is we went to the Packers game. Didn't get back till about unfulfillable lists. What to do with those? Unfulfillable. You're gonna have to give me a little more information on that one because I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about. It's because I'm in the car and I can't really look at that unfulfillable list. Like your customer damaged, distributor damaged, defective ones. Is that right? Are you talking about those that I just mentioned? Like damaged, destroyed, distributor damaged? Okay. So yeah, we'll go through that real quick. I still got a little bit of driving to do. Your customer damaged ones, okay? You're going to request those back to your house. You request them back to your place of business. And you have them examined to make sure that the same product got put back. As much as you want to think every Amazon customer is an honest customer, they're not, okay? So you want to check it, make sure it's accurate, and then if it's in good enough quality, send it back in. If it's not, then you need to do some options with it. Like, take it to a flea market, sell it on eBay, donate it, give it as a gift. Whatever you want to do with those things, that's what you're going to do. I saw a service in one of the groups the other day. My dad was working on something like this, and I think it kind of fell off a little bit. We can actually send him it. He would inspect it and would list it in the flea market for you, so you never actually have to touch it. So you can do that with those. Same thing with defective, okay? You want to get those requested back. Warehouse damaged, you do nothing. Amazon will take care of you with those. They'll reimburse you. If you find a reimbursement is just extremely low, you may want to contact them with proof of purchase with an amount on it so that you can say, hey, I paid this much, I would like for you to recalculate the reimbursement. I won't say it works all the time, but it's worth a shot. Okay? Yeah, more power to you if you do the flea market yourself. Okay? I fully recommend that. If you have that much inventory, you'll find that some things sell better there. If anybody wants a bunch of ice scrapers, I may have 100 of them in my house. They are no longer profitable for me to sell on Amazon. I bought them for a nickel a piece, and I would just like to get rid of them. I may give them to my mom to list in the flea market, or I may just never have frost on my windows again. Anyway, in other news, if you have something that is distributor damaged, file a report with Amazon. Copy the ASIN numbers of those yes, I'm bringing them to you, Mother. I just don't want to. It's such a big box. So heavy. Okay, anyway, file a claim with Amazon. Go into your other FBA issues like we just talked about. Copy your ASIN numbers and the quantity of those that are damaged distributor-wise. Say, I have used Amazon's partnered shipping. These items were damaged during the transportation process. Please investigate and reimburse. Thanks. Post the ASIN numbers under there and submit the report. Everyone I've submitted, I got a reimbursement for those items, and I don't get them sent back to me. They get destroyed or taken care of on the Amazon side of things. Since you're using Amazon partnered carriers, what they're going to do is they're actually going to file a claim against UPS on your behalf. Actually on their behalf, but for your products, they will document it and they will get their money from UPS. So there you go. I don't know what I did to be awesome, but okay. The only other one that'll pop up in there is expired. If your item's expired, well, send it back. Sometimes they do misread expiration dates. So you'll send that back. And then what you'll do is do one of the things you do at defective or customer damage products and get those sold in another fashion. Flea markets are great places to sell expired products. Even though a product is expired doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means you can no longer sell it through your typical platforms. So just remember that. Anything else? I see my driveway for work in the parking lot. We're off. I would like to go to bed. Even though I got 12 hours of sleep, I still need like 6 more. So, any other questions? Anything? Bueller? Okay. Good enough. I am off to the office. I don't know why they call it an office. Interesting. And I will talk with you all later. Peace out.